An authority. I was with him in chambers.
Yeah. So I think every year when the budget comes, the catchphrases will be always on SMEs. If you read about that document, it's always about SMEs. Every end of the year when the banks release their financial reports, and I was looking at actually NSC reports that other day, the top 10, except one, all the other 9 were banks. So the banks will again give an undertaking that this year they are going to pump in a lot of money to SMEs. It's the same pledge every year. Every year they do the same.
Does that sound like
the
climate?
You know, so
climate pledge.
Unfortunately, the reason why 60% of them are unable to pay is because, one, the cost of finance is too high for them. Even when they are given money, you're being charged 20%. Because you are considered, because of the reputational risk or because of the risks that, you're attached to SMEs. 2, I think the economy also has a significant impact on that. I think the demand has gone down. In many businesses are struggling, and the government's tax contributes a lot to that. When your responsible income is reduced, your purchasing power goes down. And then you are not buying. So many companies I know are operating at 30-40% capacity in production because of the economy. So I think I agree with him, but I've always argued for many years that if this government was concerned about this economy, one of the things that they need to deal with is the banks. Banks are businesses like every other business. They should not be treated as anything else other than a business. So when you come for the license, if I was running this government, I would insist that any bank that wants to operate in this country must set aside at least 30% of their loans to lending to SMEs by law. You don't want to do it, please go and do something else. But you cannot put in all your investments. In fact, I was looking at the reports for this quarter, and the financial year just ended because they released them around this time. Except I think 2 banks. The rest, 90% of their money was coming in from lendings to treasury bills and bonds and government securities that because government now is paying up to 15% on the bins. It's gone up to 15%. So I think that is where central bank and the government needs to come in and say, look, gentlemen, these banks are there to facilitate the economy. They should fund productive sectors of the economy. They should fund him on his coffee farm. They should fund him on his tuk-tuks. They should fund. This is by requirement. And I think there are countries, I've given examples, I think even in this table before, of China and other places, and Korea, where SMEs are given significant amounts, and it's by law. You must provide funding to SMEs. They give
mandatory.
Korea, where up to 80% of the lending by banks is to SMEs. And unfortunately, I want to conclude by saying that even the government's program to roll out the Hustler Fund, I think needs to be enhanced. And the focus should be on SMEs.
But we experienced the same defaulting also with the Hustler Fund.
No.
60%.
No.
It's true.
It's a small amount, 3 billion.
I'm the authority.
But let me tell you.
You're the authority.
It's no problem. What is 3 billion? That out of 35 billion you lend to hustlers. And you're pumping in tens of billions to KQs and KPLCs and other perennial state corporation, perennial failures. So I think the issue is SMEs should be funded, and that they need that facing of banks, lending. That's the only way I view we can address that issue.
Debal, I think for me there are 2 conversations here.